Okay, let's unpack this. Imagine a world where factories, well, they practically predict their own breakdowns, where products inspect themselves and supply chains, they anticipate disruptions before they even happen. Sounds like something out of a sci-fi movie, right? Well, you are about to discover that this isn't just some distant dream. It's the very near future of manufacturing. Today, we're taking a deep dive into the monumental shifts transforming this vital industry in 2025. We've pulled together a stack of fascinating sources for you, including 7 manufacturing industry trends driving change in 2025 by Han Law, and also the top 11 manufacturing trends for 2025 by Mike Waltrip. Our mission for you is to distill the absolute most important insights from these, giving you a clear picture of what's really ahead.
And what's truly fascinating here, I think, is that we're moving beyond just, incremental improvements. These aren't simply industry buzzwords. They represent a dramatic, a really fundamental transformation. It's driven by new technologies, evolving customer expectations, and, significant global economic shifts. By the end of this deep dive, you'll be equipped with the knowledge to understand not just what these changes are, but what it truly takes to be a leader, not just someone trying to keep up in this rapidly accelerating sector.
Okay, so let's start with the absolute bedrock of this transformation. The rise of smart factories. We're told they're reaching a tipping point of adoption. What makes these factories so, well, smart, and why is now the moment this is all kind of coming together?
Right. The real game changer is unlocking the full potential of data analytics and achieving truly seamless communication between every piece of machinery and the central monitoring systems. It's no longer sporadic, We're seeing a definite shift towards full-fledged integrated systems. Why now? Well, a few reasons, really. Older equipment is finally being phased out for newer machines that come with onboard sensors built right in. Plus, manufacturers are feeling intense competitive pressure to implement this smart tech. You kind of have to now. And critical to all of it are these Industry 4.0 developments, things like enhanced machine learning and integrated systems that make real-time data analysis incredibly powerful. Oh, and the costs of aftermarket sensors and smart factory software are significantly dropping, which makes the benefits like proactive maintenance and reduced operating costs even clearer and, frankly, more accessible.
Yeah, that makes sense. Here's where it gets really interesting for me, because this smart factory concept, as you mentioned, it really hinges on the Internet of Things, or IoT. How deeply integrated is IoT becoming in these environments? Are we talking like every single cog in the machine?
Pretty much, yeah. Precisely. In 2025, IoT devices are truly embedded in every single aspect of production. Think about it. Machines, tools, inventory, even the wearable devices on the workers themselves. These sensors are just constantly collecting data, feeding real-time insights into centralized systems. And this deep connectivity allows for predicting bottlenecks, optimizing workflows, and yes, even monitoring employee safety much more effectively. This hyper-connected environment, it leads to incredibly agile, data-driven decision-making. And the payoff, well, faster production times, significantly greater energy efficiency, and far fewer operational hiccups. It's the ultimate convergence of operational technology, OT, and information technology, IT. It fosters what we call human-machine collaboration. It's Industry 4.0 genuinely meeting the sort of human-centric approaches of Industry 5.0, which is really about leveraging tech to augment human capabilities, not just replace them, creating more resilient, sustainable systems.
And powering so much of this connectivity is artificial intelligence and virtual processes.
Yeah.
Those seem to be making factories almost entirely automated. Almost sounds like you could have a lights-out operation.
Absolutely. Technologies like digital twins, think of them as virtual replicas of physical assets. They let you run simulations and tests. Well, those, along with machine learning, AI, augmented reality, AR, and virtual reality, VR, they're enabling remote monitoring, servicing, even equipment operation without needing anyone physically on site. The computing power is so advanced now, it truly feels like you're right there in the room with the machine. And this has indeed led to the concept of dark factories, those facilities that are entirely automated. We're also seeing a significant leap forward in something called cognitive automation. This uses advanced AI to optimize the automation itself, sort of on the fly, based on machine learning algorithms. The systems basically learn and adapt autonomously.
With all this advanced tech creating smarter factories, I imagine keeping them running smoothly is a whole new ballgame. What's the biggest shift we're seeing in how manufacturers handle maintenance? Because like you said, no one wants unexpected breakdowns grinding production to a halt.
You've absolutely hit on a core point there. Predictive maintenance is no longer just some theoretical concept. It's absolutely essential. It's expected to grow by something like 25% annually. That's huge. And what's truly insightful is how this transforms the very nature of factory operations. Manufacturers are using sensors, AI algorithms, and data analytics to predict when equipment is likely to fail before it actually does.
Wow, before it happens.
Exactly. This proactive approach, it minimizes downtime, drastically reduces those costly emergency repairs, and, well, it extends equipment life too. The really crucial aspect is the seamless, real-time data orchestration. Getting data flowing across industrial IoT devices, machines, ERP systems, that continuous visibility is what allows you to forecast failures. It's truly becoming a margin enhancer for businesses. And it's helped along by new predictive analytics tools and the higher bandwidth we're seeing with 5G networks. It's a shift from, reacting to unforeseen crises to a system of almost like prescient certainty. It fundamentally changes how you manage risk.
Okay, so if AI can predict breakdowns, what does this all mean for product quality? We're moving beyond just relying on human eyes and maybe some spot checks?
Exactly that. AI-driven quality control and inspection are, frankly, revolutionizing precision. Traditional manual inspections are not only time-consuming, but, let's face it, highly prone to human error. AI-powered systems, on the other hand, can inspect products with an accuracy and speed far beyond human capabilities. It's just not comparable. They continuously analyze production in real time, detecting tiny defects, reducing waste, and yielding a far more consistent outcome. There was a McKinsey study, actually, suggesting that leveraging AI for quality control can lower manufacturing expenses by as much as 20%.
20%, that's huge.
Yeah, it translates to billions in global savings. And these solutions are now being used for everything: product classification, defect detection, package quality checks, even recognizing vehicle damage. It's a fundamental philosophical change, really, moving from reactive quality checks after the fact to building in proactive, inherent quality from the start.
It really sounds like AI is transforming every single step of the manufacturing process.
Yeah.
So how is it changing something as fundamental as production planning itself? Are we ditching the spreadsheets?
Oh, definitely. Gone are the days of static schedules. And yes, those outdated spreadsheets, thank goodness. AI-driven production planning now analyzes these massive data sets in real time to make dynamic adjustments. It can factor in all sorts of variables: raw material availability, sudden demand fluctuations, machine downtime, even external factors like, say, weather or geopolitical events.
Really? Even weather?
Yeah, anything that could impact the plan. This allows manufacturers to respond to changes in demand with unprecedented flexibility and efficiency, which significantly reduces waste and maximizes throughput. You need a unified data platform to enable that real-time analysis. And then predictive intelligence forecasts demand, capacity, materials, allowing for proactive adjustments. We're even seeing hyper-automation with something called agentic AI. That's AI systems that can act semi-autonomously to execute tasks, ensuring just-in-time optimization. It's about moving from, best guess planning to highly adaptive, intelligent foresight.
Okay, let's shift gears a bit. The supply chain. That has been a constant headache for so many businesses in recent years, seemingly endless disruptions. What are the key trends reshaping this critical backbone of manufacturing, maybe making it more resilient?
Yeah, resilience is the key word. Supply chain digitization and optimization are rapidly becoming the industry standard. You almost have to do it now. Manufacturers are relying heavily on real-time data, artificial intelligence, and even technologies like blockchain to create far more transparent, agile, and efficient supply chains. This means much better demand forecasting, real-time tracking of goods from end to end, and enhanced visibility across the entire network. For example, NGK Ceramics is already using IoT-enabled tracking to oversee individual pallets for incredibly precise inventory control.
Wow.
Yeah. These digital tools help identify disruptions much faster, optimize inventory levels, and streamline logistics. It just makes companies much nimbler in responding to market changes and challenges like, remember the 2024 port strike, things like that. It's like building a nervous system for the supply chain, giving it senses and reflexes.
And once goods are in the supply chain, how are they actually moving around? It seems we're seeing more autonomous solutions, not just confined to the factory floor anymore.
Absolutely. Autonomous logistics and transportation are redefining the movement of goods, both, within facilities and beyond their walls. There was a Deloitte study that found over 35% of manufacturers identified transportation and logistics expenses as a primary business challenge. So the incentive is there.
Makes sense.
So self-driving trucks, drones, automated guided vehicles, AGVs, They're increasingly taking over moving goods within factories, warehouses, and distribution centers. Henkel, for instance, uses drones for inventory counts and self-driving forklifts for those repetitive, high-volume trips. These systems can drastically cut transportation costs, they improve safety, and significantly increase operational efficiency. They can even help alleviate some of the labor shortages we've seen. And AI and machine learning are just making them more and more reliable, capable of navigating really complex environments safely.
Interesting. Beyond just the operational efficiencies, though, it seems some fascinating strategic shifts are happening too. Like manufacturers who maybe used to focus solely on business-to-business sales, now moving into direct-to-consumer models. Is that really happening?
That's right, and it's actually a huge shift in mindset for many. Advancements in new manufacturing tech, combined with these more flexible supply chain strategies we talked about, are enabling many manufacturers to sell products directly to consumers, usually through e-commerce platforms. Smart factories also allow for much greater customization, which creates entirely new opportunities for that direct connection with consumers, especially as, more and more people are shopping online anyway. This opens up entirely new revenue streams and brand relationships that simply weren't feasible before without significant intermediaries blocking the way.
And another trend we've touched on before on the show, reshoring, bringing manufacturing back closer to home. That seems to be settling in as more of a permanent fixture now, not just a temporary reaction to, say, the pandemic or recent global events.
You're absolutely right. Reshoring, which maybe once seemed like a lofty aspiration, is now evolving into a necessary strategy for business continuity and resilience. It's moving beyond being just a temporary response to supply chain disruptions. It's becoming a more conventional, sort of baked-in way of operating for many. And ongoing geopolitical shifts only further underscore its importance as companies increasingly prioritize stability and certainty over perhaps purely chasing the absolute lowest labor cost somewhere else. It's really about building robustness into the national or regional supply network itself.
Okay, so with all this automation and this new tech flooding in, what does this actually mean for the workforce? Are we looking at empty factories? Or are manufacturers finding new ways to ensure employee safety and maybe adapt skill sets?
That's a crucial question. Employee safety and health remain paramount despite, or perhaps even because of, all this technology. Manufacturers are adopting advanced equipment to monitor things like employee locations, movement, even body temperatures to track injury risk and potential illnesses proactively. Wearable devices, often backed by AI-enabled analysis, are expected to provide even more precise insights into employee safety, potentially offering proactive warnings before an incident occurs.
Like a personal safety monitor.
Sort of, yeah. And to your point about adapting the workforce, manufacturers are absolutely addressing the challenge of meeting increased demand with, changing labor force dynamic. They're evaluating production processes constantly for efficiency gains, and they're using new technologies like augmented reality for training or remote assistance, and AI-driven training platforms to bridge skills gaps much more quickly and bring new employees up to speed faster than ever. So it's often less about replacing people entirely and more about equipping them with new tools and training for these evolving roles within the smarter factory.
Right. Another innovation that's, it's been around for a while, but seems to be getting more serious attention and utility now is 3D printing. How is that specifically impacting manufacturing in 2025? Is it more than just prototyping?
Oh, much more. 3D printing and additive manufacturing more broadly has become dramatically more accurate, more flexible, and importantly, more cost-effective. This allows for rapid prototyping, sure, but also far greater product customization, really enabling bespoke solutions at scale in some cases. But crucially, I think, it has the potential to make maintenance and repairs much faster and easier. Just imagine a technician being able to print a critical replacement part right there on site, maybe in hours, instead of waiting days or weeks to source it traditionally.
That would be incredible for downtime.
Exactly. It significantly cuts downtime and boosts operational efficiency. It's moving from being just a niche application to becoming a critical tool for agile production and especially repair strategies.
Okay, finally, we absolutely have to talk about two crucial, overarching priorities that really seem to tie all of this together: sustainability and cybersecurity. Let's start with the green revolution in manufacturing. What's driving it, and how are manufacturers actually doing it? Is it just talk?
No, it's definitely becoming more action-oriented. As environmental concerns intensify globally, sustainability is an even more significant priority than ever. And it's driven by both, stricter regulatory pressures and by powerful consumer demand for greener products. People are asking for it. So manufacturers are investing heavily in eco-friendly technologies and processes. This includes integrating renewable energy sources like solar and wind directly into their production facilities, and also developing innovative eco-friendly material alternatives. The ultimate goal for many is moving towards a more circular economy, where products are designed from the very start for reuse and recycling. Boeing, for instance, had a goal to source 100% of its electricity from renewables by 2030, and they'd already reached 39% back in 2023. So progress is happening.
That's significant progress.
It is. And leveraging technologies like IoT, those unified data platforms, and AI helps them optimize energy use, reduce waste streams, and provide real-time insights for decision-making, specifically on their environmental footprint. It's becoming baked into the business model itself, not just, separate corporate social responsibility report.
Right, it has to be integrated. And with all these interconnected systems we've discussed, from smart sensors on machines to autonomous vehicles moving goods, cybersecurity must be more critical than ever before. What's the biggest threat landscape look like, and how are manufacturers protecting themselves?
Yeah, you simply can't overstate its importance in this new environment. As industrial IoT or IIoT technology becomes more and more entrenched, there's a proportional increase in the emphasis needed on protecting the vast amounts of sensitive data used by these systems. Cyber threats, specifically targeting industrial control systems, ICS, and operational technology, OT networks, that's the hardware and software that actually monitors and controls the physical processes in the factory, those threats are on a serious upward trend.
That sounds really scary.
It is, because a successful attack could shut down production or worse. So manufacturers are deploying advanced security measures. This includes things like zero-trust architecture, which basically means verifying every single user and device trying to access any system, regardless of whether they're supposedly inside or outside the network perimeter. No inherent trust. They're also using AI-driven threat detection systems, which can spot anomalies that humans might miss, and advanced encryption methods to truly fortify their digital defenses. It's really about protecting the very nervous system of the modern factory from increasingly sophisticated attacks.
So when you pull it all together, what does this all really mean for you listening out there? As we've unpacked in this deep dive, it's crystal clear that manufacturing is rapidly accelerating its innovation production line. It's leading to smarter, more efficient, and importantly, undeniably more sustainable practices across the board.
Indeed. From predictive maintenance and AI-driven quality control, all the way to autonomous logistics and comprehensive cybersecurity. These trends we've discussed are not just minor changes. They are truly foundational shifts in how things are made. And the companies that strategically embrace and proactively integrate these advancements today are not just positioning themselves to stay competitive, they are actively shaping and leading the entire industry into what looks like a much more agile and resilient future.
So reflecting on all that, what really stands out to you about these transformations?
Well, it really raises an important question, I think, for everyone. Given these rapid advancements in AI and automation that we just explored in this deep dive, how might the very nature of human ingenuity and, human problem solving uniquely adapt and evolve within this increasingly smart and optimized manufacturing landscape? What entirely new roles perhaps completely beyond our current imagination, might you be best positioned to fill as these incredible factories of the future continue to take shape?